Welcome to this week's edition of Just Ask Freeman with Freeman Owen Jr., of course, CEO and founder of Financial Sources, Inc. I'm Rebecca Powers, and I forgot to tell you something last week.
What was that?
Happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
75. I hope you don't mind me sharing.
Well, 75, hey, reasonably good health, horizontal, wonderful life, and able to help so many thousands of people when it comes to having their retirement income, avoiding the tax bomb. I know I'm wearing this out, but this is a harsh reality of you have to protect what you saved.
Right.
And it's important that means when you retire, you aren't saving anymore. You're getting distribution. And I'm getting calls now, true story. I like to come in, Mr. Owen, because I am very fearful of running out of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Rebecca, a lot of folks do not have a pension. In the 70s, with the advent of the 401k, more and more industries start removing contracts that offer pensions and matchings in their employer-sponsored retirement accounts. Now, so what happens? Here it is, 50 years later, you're concerned now, I don't have a pension, but I put away some monies in my 401k and my TSP. Well, that money lasts me a lifetime. You want to know, folks? Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233, where we can have a tax-efficient plan to protect some of the funds that you have saved. Because you like the adage, there's no romance without finance. Well, that's true.
I love that. I was going to talk more about your birthday being 75, and that he and Miss Carolyn still travel around the world. Good health, clear mind, no stress even when the markets go down, because you've always had a plan.
Always had a plan.
And when you talk about tax efficiency, I realize that the CPA is looking in the windshield, like in your car, in the rear view mirror, that year behind. That's all the CPA does. And when you say tax planning for the rest of your life, people don't realize it till you show it to them. It can save you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like you say, do you want to give your money to cousin Uncle Sam, or do you want to give it to yourself or your children?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It's a big darn deal. Just inflation can take a big chunk and just explode your nest egg in your portfolio. Let's look at $1 million a few years ago. You saved. And you need $50,000 in income. That's 5%. If you lose 50%, what happens? You only have $500,000, and you still need $50,000 a year. Well, right. You need approximately, not 5%, you need 10%. So what is happening to your portfolio? What's happening to those funds?
Just shrinking.
They start to shrinking. And
then with inflation shrinking, and then stocks and bonds going down, you're losing. So that's why you're all about safe money.
But safe money, you got to have some guaranteed income. And we need to plan for, folks, inflation is here. I mention it over and over again. The tax bombs that hit your Social Security, your tax qualified plans, and other resources that you need, they're basically, to see if you're okay, you got to rely on your own income. Social Security is only going to cover about 30% of your retirement and shrinking. Your savings, and you may need equity that you build into your home. That's why I said a lot of people with the tax bombs are concerned about, do I pay my home off? The most important question is, do I have enough money saved in order to have a comfortable life so I never run out? Yes, you can. Just call Freeman. Just ask Freeman. Call us on 833-414-7233, and here's the kicker. We have done for many years a tax-efficient plan. Find the programs specifically designed for that participant in our program,
Right.
family members or whatever. We made sure that we could benchmark the amount of income that they currently have now and what they will need, and have the software folks and the technology so we can go out 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. How does inflation impact you? What will healthcare costs be 5 years, 10 years from now? All right. We have the answers. Just ask Freeman. And what you do is call us at 833-414-7233. And remember, we ask for 10 customers or 10 participants or 10 callers to reach us. Well, it's getting to that point. Call us at 833-414-7233 and get a complimentary second opinion. You need a second, maybe a third opinion.
Right.
Yeah, just to make sure that your funds are safe. And I put more emphasis on protect what you have saved. And then what we'll do, Rebecca, have an income plan, handwritten. We go line by line. We look at expenses. Let's break this down. How much are you paying for the mortgage? What are you paying each month for the utilities? Cable, health insurance, auto insurance, your vacations. We even separate that, called bucket list. That's right. We look at the bucket list.
Fun money.
Fun money, exciting fun money to be used to have a nice, very, very comfortable life. Notice I said comfortable life.
Right.
You're not concerned about running out of money. You're not concerned about, you're not dependent upon Social Security only. You're not a burden on your children.
And you don't have to be sick every time you watch the news and watch the markets continue to fall. All right, there's the number to just ask Freeman, 833-414-7233. Totally no obligation, no cost. Leave your checkbook at home, but when you give us a call, have your calendar ready, please. We want to make sure you get in to meet and ask Freeman. We'll be right back.
Unexpected events like a global pandemic can turn our world upside down overnight. They can cause volatile shifts in the market and may cause you to question the confidence in your current retirement plan. As a pre-retiree or retiree, knowing you have a plan that can withstand the worst economic conditions can help you sleep at night. Contact us today for your complimentary review to find out where you stand. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233.
Do you have enough money to retire? Well, guess what? Everyone is different. So that is why the cookie cutter, big box really repels you. That has been your whole philosophy. It is personal. It is one-on-one. Everyone is very different. We were talking about, all right, what are your hopes and dreams? Mm-hmm. Now, what are your bills?
Right.
Now, where is all the income going to come from? And that's where you really get in there.
Yeah, we get into the details of using software to predict how much money will be needed 10 years from now based on, that's where the math background comes in. I really love to do that. I look at and compare, I say, well, gee, inflation's here at 2.2% in 2020, and then you look at 2022 is 2.7, you say, oh, okay. So loaf of bread went up about 5 or 6%, but we saw gas prices. But then we saw our markets, the volatility.
Yeah.
I can mention a couple of clients. Oh, I told him I was going to give him a shout out. But
okay, go ahead.
I'm not going to mention his name. But the gentleman came through and we did he got a second opinion. I looked at his statements and he brought all the documents. And I saw where he had $500,000 and lost 20%. That's $100,000 a lot of money to lose. And he was not a happy camper.
Yeah.
And this was a relatively young man, about 55 years old.
Before he became your client, he lost that.
Yeah, he lost that.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
that wouldn't happen with you.
No. No. But I had a solution for him. Now, he's also contemplating getting his Social Security. Well, I've got a solution for his tax efficient plan so that he doesn't have to listen to folks that have given him advice over in Clinton, Maryland, on you better get your Social Security soon, your money's going to run out. No, he didn't listen to all that stuff.
Good.
What he did, he just asked Freeman.
Good.
We came up with a solution, and I've got a great way to fill income gaps. And I carried his income from his age now all the way to age 67 and helped him turn on his Social Security. No penalties, no fees, no anything. So that he, and we're going to cover a segment so that he can work. He wanted to continue to work and receive his Social Security. Again, the rules have changed for Social Security a little bit, and so that's going to be on another segment.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to concentrate on keeping his money safe, coming up with a viable plan, tax-efficient plan, looking at his expenses, unexpected expenses. We examine, let's live. Let's enjoy life. Life is, you're only here for a flicker. I mean, it's just, you talked about my birthday. That was, well, anytime you have children and you have a great grand, it's like, oof.
They say you love your grandchildren more than your children. Do you love the great-grands even more than the grands?
I love them all. I love them all because, you know, I love them to life. They're just a big part of the family unit.
Yeah.
And there has been personally adjustments to the beneficiaries, my children, grandchildren, and a great-grandchild now, to avoid tax traps on the distributions. And that comes about, like I said, I'm jumping around a little bit, but not much, wills and trusteeships and so on. But I won't address that today. What I'm focusing on is like folks are coming and they're disgruntled about the way their portfolios has been handled. One individual out of Silver Spring, Maryland, says that the broker got angry with her because he wanted to transfer and rotate or transfer her funds into something else that produced fees while her portfolio was dying. It was going down. Folks, I don't do that. You put your wallet and checkbook away. You'll come to me, just relax. And you'll enjoy the fact that you'll get financial literacy. Just call me. Just ask Freeman on 833-414-7233. And Rebecca, they get their tax-efficient plan, how to look at their expenses. We'll project out 10, 15, 20 years wide because life expectancy has been extended. We got to look at that. And you want that peace of mind knowing that you have a nice piece of your portfolio safe. Now, folks, if you got $500,000, $1 million, and don't know what piece of that money needs to be set aside for safe, guaranteed income, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Get your tax-efficient plan in writing, project it out from current all the way out 10 years, 15 years, 30 years from now, the amount of income needed, and how we can offset inflation. Prepare for increased healthcare cost. That's coming along.
Yeah, it's already happening.
And, you know, and taxes, I've asked audiences, will taxes go up or will they go down?
They're going up.
They always go up.
And that bill sunsets at the end of 2025, so you have 2 years to work your magic.
You sure do.
On all of these plans, I guess, for your clients.
Yeah, and speaking of what there's been, rumor has it is the Social Security and Medicare would sunset, but I don't think that would happen. But a lot of people are concerned about these different bills that are impacting their resources.
When the current tax law sunsets, it's the Wild West.
Yeah,
we have no idea what they're going to be. And you've said pay taxes on the acorn instead of the oak tree.
That's it.
So that's it. I want to touch on, we only have a few minutes before our next break. Mm-hmm. You said about this lady and her broker. I need to say this. He is a fiduciary. If you are with a broker, The broker's job is to sell stocks and bonds. So when you said he didn't want her to move it over to Safe Money because he wanted those commissions, I feel the first question you should ask when you see anyone is, are you a fiduciary? Because my experience 15 years ago, it was a insurance salesman. I thought it said financial planner on his door. So if it's not a fiduciary, then you don't know about their real intentions and the fees and the hidden cost. And that's why you might have an 80-year-old still with 90% of all of her wealth in a risky stocks and bonds situation. And I think that's so important for people to understand the difference.
Yeah, and the lady was not a happy camper about that.
Of course. She feels tricked. She's higher risk. Did she know how much risk she was in?
Had no clue, because she didn't, the product or the program that she was participating in, no real simple terms.
Right.
Now, everyone can't grasp financial literacy in one swoop, just like we have webinars, seminars, and also when you sit down with me, you're going to get financial literacy. A lot of us who are educated was not privy to financial literacy, had no clue, didn't know what to do.
Most of us.
Most of us, including myself, degrees in mathematics. So,
I can do calculus, but
worked as a mathematician. So I didn't know how to handle my money.
So don't be embarrassed, I think, is the message. All of you at home, if you have everything in a shoebox, so what? Don't let that stop you from taking this big step to get control and have that peace of mind. Like your beautiful wife, every time I see them, oh, we went here, we went there, we did this. You are living the retirement of your dreams because you manifested it, you wrote it down, and everyone can do that.
Exactly. And the training and being a part of this business offered the opportunity to learn financial literacy, and therefore I could give. If you do this, Rebecca, you get nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. But to give and the rewards that come back to you, holistic rewards, good health. I mean, this is something I like to do. Folks, get your tax-efficient plan. Learn how to deal with how to file for your Social Security. I will teach and train you financial literacy. Very simple. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. And going back to the lady she was sort of devastated and taken advantage of.
Yes.
And the gentleman, he just got angry with her. And what we did, we rolled those funds out to safety, guaranteed. And she was a very, very happy camper.
Absolutely.
Why? Because we did a tax-efficient plan, all right? She was getting her Social Security, but taking advantage of this lady was not the way to go. But we won't focus on the fact that happened. It did happen, but we were able to roll these funds to safety. And we came up with a program that increased that asset.
Fabulous. We do need to take a very short break. Safe money, guaranteed money, sleeping well at night. If any of those things interest you and resonate with you, just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. It is complimentary, no charge. Great education. Stay with us. More from Freeman Owen Jr.
You know, retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. You know, and during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
All right, welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. We are talking about education, empowerment. You say you train them and you educate your wonderful clients, but you don't always have to. You don't have to learn. Kind of like if you ask a nutritionist, what should I eat? And she wants you to go to the grocery store and shows you everything. Say, no, can you just write down what I should buy and eat? They don't have to be fully involved. You show them They make the decision, but you and your wonderful staff do it all.
Oh, yeah, we do just everything. As a matter of fact, our clients are you got 4,000 plus clients.
Yeah.
You think about that over 40 some years.
In many states.
And, yep, in several states, there are many. It's a thing where I always say, I'm gonna look at right in the camera. Some of the clients are watching this now, and new clients. I never say thank you for your business. What do I say? Who are already clients? Thank you so much for your trust.
Yes.
You've trusted me with millions of dollars of retirement dollars. I'm still right here, looking out for your best interest, giving and not taking. That is so important to just, these are grown folks I'm looking at. They see me. If you're not acting right and not taking care of your clients' lifetime savings, I'm gonna use this vernacular. They'll smell you out. They can do that.
Yes, just like authentic people, you can spot them a mile away.
Trustworthiness is very, very important to your
Yes.
practice. I didn't appreciate the lady being pushed. That has happened several times, many times over the years, where there is no fiduciary responsibility to look out for the best interest I do for my clients, but new clients come in, well, I haven't seen him in 10 years.
That's right.
Well, folks, I invite you to have your annual review. An annual review on your anniversary for certain safe money programs that we have developed to come on in. And I also love to have your adult children to be part of the annual review, and I've invited that. I've started that because I'm at the point of second and third generation clients. I've helped, I can name one, this lady now, she's in Oxon Hill. You know who I'm talking about. She should be in her 80s now. Helped her. Had the death claim insurance program for her husband, one of my first clients some years ago. Excuse me. Helped her with her financial literacy, guaranteed income, happy. Then her adult children who have retired, and the grandchild who is in his 30s. So I am proud and privileged to have clients in the first, second, and third generations now. And I invite the adult children to participate and get financial literacy, because these new laws, when it comes to legacy and transfer of wealth, they need the financial literacy in order to get the distributions properly from mom, dad, after they've lived their course in life in the 90s. Well, the children need financial literacy. So I do offer to make sure that we have our annual reviews. And now I like the children to participate in those annual reviews, and been doing it for many, many years. They sit there, oh, well, I didn't know that there was a 10-year rule for me to remove or get the distributions from the tax qualified plans that mom and dad has set up for us. There is some details that you need to know about when it comes to beneficiaries.
And you're also doing them a favor, because when the devastation of losing a parent happens, it's not fighting or fear. You go and you grab that beautiful book that you've put together for them. They know exactly what's happening. So they can mourn and grieve and not have money even on their mind.
Yeah, and I've had many a death claim, and the adult children know how to receive the distribution by not subjecting themselves to a higher tax consequence.
Right.
There
brackets.
And brackets. You do not have to make the mistakes, young people. When we have our next show, I got to talk about, I will talk about a little bit about Medicare, and I'm also going to discuss long-term care, how that can fit in, and how it can drain your assets if you're not careful on setting up funds set aside with guaranteed income that you can't possibly outlive. You must have those funds. I can't put enough emphasis on it. And then we'll work out the healthcare options.
We could do a whole show on that.
Yeah, we could do a whole show
We only
on
have
that.
2 minutes left today.
Yeah,
I hate to
unfortunately,
say.
but you know, I always look at that clock on the wall and I say, so, gee, time is running out on us, Rebecca. But I just want to close with this note. Reduce the taxes that you owe. That's all. Paying too much in taxes in retirement is number one. On our next shows, we're going to talk about who owns your 401k.
It's not just you. You have a silent partner.
Mm-hmm. And who is that partner?
The IRS.
Thank you. They're waiting for the harvest. Yes.
Can't wait till they
We're
give me
gonna get
that
some
money.
taxes. Well,
And they don't like you because they know that you are making money stay more in the pockets of your clients instead of going to Uncle Sam, because they do not educate us in public schools. Never, ever. That can't be an accident. Can't be.
and distribution rules, if we're not getting these funds properly and we don't have the financial literacy and guidance by a person, say like myself, who has plenty of experience here on distribution rules of tax qualified plans. And just like my book says, there's 10 IRA mistakes, top 10, how to avoid the tax traps when it comes to your 401k, your TSP, your 403b, your IRA, and also we'll talk about Roths at another show too. But folks, I could see that the clock on the wall is telling us, it's telling us, hey.
You're going to have to wait until next week to just ask Freeman. We do love your emails and your questions. We get a lot of ideas for the show because you do get some fan mail now. Medicare and long-term care insurance, good thing or a bad thing? We're going to talk about that next week. Be sure to join us. The most important thing to ask yourself today: do you have enough income to retire comfortably and live the retirement of your dreams? That is where that plan comes into place. No question is too small. Just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. Really making retirement dreams come true for thousands of families. And I also didn't tell you again, happy anniversary, sir. 50 years with an amazing woman.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I don't know how she tolerated me for 50 years, but she has.
She did. You're a good guy.
Just ask Freeman.
That's right. Just ask Freeman next week. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.